Perfect competition and food retail in the Bahamas. What is perfect competition? Perfect competition is the situation prevailing in a market in which buyers and sellers are so numerous and well informed that all elements of monopoly are absent and the market price of a commodity is beyond the control of individual buyers and sellers. What are the criteria to be considered a perfect competition? All firms sell an identical or similar product. All firms are price takers. Market shares has no influence on prices. Buyers have complete information about the product being sold and the prices charged by each firm. Firms can enter or exit the market without cost. What is the profit maximization of a perfect competition? In order to maximize profits in a perfect competition, firms set marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. Marginal revenue is the slope of the revenue curve. Marginal revenue is equal to the demand curve in price. When price is greater than average cost, the firm will make a profit. When price is lower than average total cost, the firm is experiencing a loss. What are the short run and long run of a perfect competition? In the short term, it is possible for profits to be positive, zero, or negative. In the long run, if firms are earning positive profits, more firms will enter the market, which could in turn cause the demand curve to shift to the right. The shift of the demand curve will result in the equilibrium price falling. As prices fall, profits will also fall until they become zero. The long run in a perfect competition continued. When a price is less than an average total cost, companies are making a loss. Over the long run, if companies are earning negative profit, more firms will leave the market, causing the supply curve to shift to the left. As the supply curve shifts to the left, prices will go up. As the prices go up, profits will increase until they become zero. Demand curve in a perfect competition. When price is less than average total cost, companies making a loss. Over the long run, if companies are earning negative profits, more firms will leave the market, causing the supply curve to shift to the left. As the supply curve shifts to the left, prices will go up. As the prices go up, profits will increase until they become zero.
Due to the market structure, the chances of consumer exploitation are very low because perfect competition sellers do not have any kind of monopoly pricing power, therefore cannot influence the price of the product or charge higher than the normal consumer price. It has very little or no advertising expense because products are homogeneous, and if the firm keeps the price as decided by market forces, then sales will automatically happen without the company incurring huge publicity and advertisement expense. Only normal profits made just to cover their opportunity costs. Same quality of products are supplied from all manufacturers. Resources are used more effectively due to the higher degree of competition. Consumers are not exploited in perfect competition. They buy products or services at a lower price. The disadvantages of perfect competition. There is no incentive for sellers for innovation or adding more features to the product due to the perfect competition fixed profit margin and the potential of market failure. Any company can enter the market and start selling the product. Old firms cannot afford to be complacent due to the chance of losing market share to the other newer firms.
Unlike firms in a monopolistic environment that can influence prices, firms in a perfectly competitive market are known as price takers. This simply means that prices are not determined by individual firms, but are set by interaction of supply and demand in the market. Prices higher than the market price will cause consumers to shift to other firms, and prices beneath the market price would provide no benefit for the firm. which means that firms have no incentive to change their prices. As mentioned before, the market price is set by interactions between supply and demand. However, at the current market price, firms are free to sell whatever quantity of goods they desire, which makes the demand curve perfectly elastic. What should you know about the Bahamas at large? Well, the Bahamas' population is approximately 393,000, which is only about 0.01% of the global population. The Bahamas' leading industries include tourism, which accounts for about 50% of our GDP, and we also have banking, fisheries, retail, and wholesale trade. What does the landscape of food retail look like in the Bahamas? The Bahamas' production capabilities are much lower than other countries, which means that we import most of our retail products, and a majority of those imports come from the United States. There is no one look for retail in the Bahamas. Therefore, outlets can range from supermarkets to independent grocers to what we know as mom and pop shops. The more populated islands like Abaco, Grand Bahama, and New Providence will have larger outlets like supermarkets, whereas smaller family islands may only have the convenience stores or mom and pop shops. The United States Department of Agriculture, in their Caribbean Basin Report of 2019, estimated that there are over 100 retails in the Bahamas. A small portion of this number is made up of larger outlets like Super Value and Solomon's, but a majority are independently owned. What evidence is there of perfect competition in this market? Firstly, the large number of retail outlets in this country is an indicator of the ease of entry into the market. Next, if I wanted to purchase a carton of milk, I could find that milk at P&S grocery store or at Gloria's convenience store just 5 minutes away and at a similar price. And this proves that the retailers are providing identical or similar products. Thirdly, consumers that shop at the larger outlets will be able to compare brands, prices, and deals, which speaks to the access of information. And lastly, if the owners of P&S Grocery desired to leave the market, he or she would have little to no pushback in doing so.
Other examples of perfect competition. When it comes to providing perfect competition market with an example, the most used one is agricultural. It is often used as an example of perfect competition because individual farmers have almost no control over the market price of their goods. Growing a crop may be difficult to start than a babysitting or lawn mowing service, but growers face the same fierce competition. In the grand scale of world agriculture, farmers face competition from thousands of others because they sell an identical product. It is relatively easy for farmers to leave the marketplace for another crop. Most agricultural markets are perfectly competitive, meaning that a homogeneous product is produced by and for many buyers and sellers who are well informed about the prices. The market is characterized by free entry and exit, so producers are obligated to be price takers. The large numbers of sellers create a situation where one company does not have the power to influence total supply to an extent that is significant enough to allow individuals to affect changes in the price level. Feed grains and other staple crops such as corn, wheat, and soybeans are marketed through agricultural brokers located throughout the country. Farmers bring in their crops, which are then weighed. If grains have been dried before they are brought to the market, they will bring a higher price. But in all cases, the prices are determined by the worldwide market for these crops. Payment for these crops is made in connection with the government contracts and subsidies plans.
The perfect competition market is considered theoretical and is mainly used to benchmark other existing market structures like monopoly. The existing competition has differences compared to the theoretical model of the perfect competition market. Real firms differentiate their products to earn a significant percent of market share. Though all the criteria of perfect competition are not met, retailing comes very close to satisfying them. Retailing as a whole is making a shift toward becoming an oligopoly due to the increase in supermarkets. Further research will be done to gather additional information about this topic.